and thrown right into the fire. We are just about ready for first serve here at Van Andel Arena. Happy Saturday to you. It's the Grand Rapids Rise facing the Indy Ignite for the first time here in Grand Rapids. Dan Hasty, Katie Olson, the first serve for today's Rise meeting with the Ignite, presented by Morning Bell. Open every day, 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. at Breton Village, Bridge Street, and East Beltline. Brunch is always a good idea with Morning Bell. Quick look at the starting lineups. The Grand Rapids Rise come in with a similar lineup to what we saw on Thursday. It's Carly Snyder, the all-star in the PVF, Ali Bastianelli, August Rasky, the setter, Paige Briggs-Romine, Alyssa Jensen, Nia Chimay, and Elena Ogilvie. And in this instance, Katie, we see, like we saw on Thursday, another matchup that could really help Grand Rapids improve its postseason chances.
Right now, we're just over halfway through the season, so it's in anyone's hands to make it to that Final Four. Coming out tonight, you're seeing two teams that are neck and neck in that playoff contestant.
Carly Snyder will serve. We're ready for volleyball. We hope you are. It is up, and a chance for Indy as they get it blocked right out of the gate. Alyssa Jensen gets the rise on the board. Quick look at the lineup on the other side for Indy. Carly Scott, Lydia Martin, Azani Taylor, who was outstanding in her last match against Omaha. Next serve from Snyder. Diving play to keep it alive, and a chance far side as Grand Rapids is there to collect it. Ogilvie leaves it for Paige Briggs-Romine. Tried to put it in the middle, but it's not there. Indy, other side, sends it little bit towards the line, and it scrapes the back line. Point for the Ignite. The other starters, Anna DeBeer, Cece Crawford, and Sydney Hilly, who's one of the best setters in this league. To serve is Lydia Martin. Carly Snyder tries to tap, and it ends up being collected on a dive in the back row. Nia Chimay sends it to Jensen, not there. Right back to Grand Rapids. Rasky back sets for Chimay, and she smokes a point off the side of the Indy defense. That one took Lydia Martin for a ride, and it's 2-1 GR. I think she just turned her head to take that off the side of the head as opposed to in the face. 2-1 Grand Rapids. Serve for Jensen, just barely out of bounds. Tried to scrape it off that white line, couldn't do it. We're tied at 2. Elena Ogilvie's back in. Indy's got Azani Taylor at the line. What a game she had on Thursday against Omaha. Nia Chimay puts it through, just gets it out of the reach of the outstretched arms. Couldn't get it, did Indy. It's 3-2 in Grand Rapids. Azani Taylor set a pair of PVF 5-set records in the Ignite's 3-2 loss to Omaha. The opposite had 31 kills, 35 points. Chimay serves. Hilly looking far side, and it is down. Just out of the reach of August Rasky. Ties us up at 3. 35 points past the previous records in both categories. She's now number 3 in the PVF this year, and she's been a problem for opponents. To serve is Anna DeBeer for the Ignite. Briggs-Romine had to go down to get it, but an opportunity, but a block. Ali Bastianelli. More like Ali Blockstianelli makes it 4-3 Grand Rapids here in set 1. Just underway from Van Andel. Good crowd has come in on this Saturday afternoon. It is Princess Day here in GR. Briggs-Romine serves. Good diving play by Elena Scott to keep it alive, but it goes back to Grand Rapids. Carly Snyder with a swing. It is down. Haley nearly got the block, but couldn't get it back over to the other side, and the Rise go up 5-3. Kathy George, the head coach of the Grand Rapids Rise all those years at Michigan State, volleyball royalty. On the other side, Indy has George Pageon from Minnesota Duluth. Briggs-Romine may have got it from going out of bounds. Carly Snyder on the other side. Not there, back to Indy. 10-foot attack, down it goes. Anna DeBeer cleans it up and makes it 5-4. Indy in their first year as a franchise, they joined 1 year after the start of the Pro Volleyball Federation. It's been a great add to this league. Cece Crawford serves. Rasky with a long set. And Carly Snyder hits it a little long, but it got deflected by Indy. Point Grand Rapids, and the question now becomes, will the Ignite challenge? They actually went to ask Lydia Martin if she touched it, and she said, I don't know. So probably not going to be a challenge here. Looks like the Ignite were actually in the net. Ali Bastianelli soars it across. Big swing, and down it goes. Carly Scott. She's no stranger to this league. She's in her second season, first obviously with the Ignite. The Ignite off to a nice start in their first year, 8-8 to begin the season. There are 4 teams essentially vying for 2 postseason spots. What a pancake there. Kept alive, diving play, Briggs Romine. Carly Snyder taps, finds the floor. Carly Snyder makes it 7-5. Well, Elena Scott's been busy from that libero position on the Ignite.
She has. It does look like Grand Rapids is really trying to move her around in serve receive as she is diving on both sides.
August Rasky pops it over, and she's got the first ace of the day. Little mishandle on first reception. Indy couldn't corral it, and August Rasky's on the board. Rise had a fair share of struggles with the serve and pass game on Thursday. We'll see if it gets a little cleaned up today. Carly Snyder with a block, but it comes back to Indy. On the other side, Briggs Romine goes down, keeps it alive. Back set from Romine. Chimay, diving play. Elena Scott keeps it alive. Grand Rapids with another chance from distance. Briggs Romine pounds it down, and it's 9-5. PVR coming up big in the first set. Timeouts. Indy with the Rise with their biggest lead in the early go. Step aside for a quick timeout. 9-5 GR over Indy right here on Rise Radio and on YouTube, presented by U of M Health West. Also wanted to say congratulations for those listening along on 96.1 The Game. Congratulations to Wyoming Tri-Unity Christian winning their 3rd state title in 4 years. Brett Paquita had the call this morning from the Breslin Center at Michigan State. Of course, a place that has some ties here to the Grand Rapids Rise. Alyssa Jensen in the middle, Kathy George on the sidelines. 9-5, back to the start after we pick back up where we left off. Elena Ogilvy looking for Nia Chimay. Slams it a little bit too hard. It's out of bounds. Try to go cross court, couldn't keep it down. 9-6. Carly Scott to serve. Strong start for Grand Rapids, trying to keep it going here in the first set. But now Indy has some questions. And perhaps one of the members of the Ignite coming up a little bit lame on that last set. What did you see there, Katie?
I'm wondering if the up official called a touch on that ball. That's the only thing, or in the net or something. I wasn't able to really see anything, and they didn't call a challenge, so I think they're just reviewing the call right now.
They are taking a close look, so maybe that is a challenge.
It does look like we're looking if that ball was touched.
Our first referee, Barb Zavanek. Also some help from William Stanley. He's our second referee, Kimberly Spolma. And Jeff Turmel in our scores. Our referee back in the studios in downtown Grand Rapids is Shelby Petrangeli. This is a challenge, and it is an unsuccessful one for Grand Rapids. No block touch. Keeps the point with the Ignite. Now Kathy George.
So
she's even asking after what we just saw. She was convinced that it went off, it looked like the pinky of one of the members of the Ignite. and regardless, not reversed on the challenge. Carly Scott serves for Indy. Back set, Snyder. Not there, Scott. Gets it, but a net touch on the Ignite makes it 10-6. So Grand Rapids gets that point right back. Kylie Murr comes in for the Indy Ignite in her second year in the PVF. And now Carly Snyder, one of the best weapons from the service line in the PVF. You can hear the oohs and ahs when she leans into one. Far side, Rasky for Briggs Romine, kept alive. Rasky touches Jensen for PBR. Kept alive by Indy. They look outside. They get blocked outside. Alyssa Jensen off to a big start here on Saturday.
That was something that the Rise were missing in their game on Thursday. The blocking just wasn't there, so it's great to see that come out strong tonight.
Carly Snyder again. Her team's up 11-6, and it's an ace. Carly Snyder, few do it better in the league. And the Rise have doubled up the Ignite in the first set. Looking for more, Snyder. Only Elena Scott was able to deny that. They set it up far side, down it goes. Anna DeBeer, 12-7 Grand Rapids.
Anna DeBeer has had quite the comeback. She missed out on the national championship game due to an injury and took some time to come back. She just came back into this league a couple weeks ago.
The product of Louisville, Rasky looking for Chimay. Got it blocked. And out of bounds it goes. Jensen tried to go to the other side to keep it alive, but to no avail. Good crowd here on this Saturday afternoon. Noon start, one of the earliest we've had all season long. Serve up, Jensen gets it, whams it down. Alyssa Jensen off to a big start. And the emergence of Alyssa Jensen's been one of the best stories for the Rise this year.
She was super quiet last year, didn't see a lot of playing time, and then stepping into this year, you're seeing a lot more and just the growth of her game.
Jensen serves, Hilly looking near side. Kept alive by Grand Rapids. Carly Snyder cleans it up. And the Rise are in command in set one. 14-8 in the first. Alyssa Jensen again to the back line. Hilly looking and finding Anna DeBeer once again. And good start for DeBeer. She's been pretty efficient since she's gotten in. Azani Taylor's turn from the line for Indy. One of the breakout players in this league this season. Carly Snyder, another one of the breakout stars of the PVF this year. 15-9 as she sends it inside the line. You see Ogilvy and Snyder. I have to imagine that those two have been spending some time with each other, trying to get familiar. Chimay has a service error. And those two have been kind of feeling each other out. You've got one in Ogilvy who's a rookie. You've got another in Snyder who's been a pro for 7 years now. And there is an adjustment period sometimes.
Yeah, and then just bouncing ideas off of each other in the back row. You know that they're serve receiving next to each other constantly. So being able to have open communication there.
Anna DeBeer over for Briggs Romine. They look right back to her, and they've got her. PBR drinks in a 6-point lead for GR. Another timeout. This one because the Rise are the first to 16 here today. Take a timeout with them. Grand Rapids. You've got Grand Rapids Rise Volleyball, courtesy of U of M Health West. Wilson with you. The Grand Rapids Rise lead the Indy Ignite 16-10. Thanks for hanging out with us as part of your Saturday. These two teams know each other pretty well. Talked about Sydney Hilly, one of the great setters in the league. She played with Paige Briggs-Romine last year with Omaha. Both squads have a true Purdue presence. The Boilermakers, who ended up playing against Michigan. Wolverines won that match in men's basketball last night. The Rise have Raven Colvin, Jenna Otzek. The Ignite have Blake Moeller and Grace Wade. So there are some circles that both of these teams tend to run in. Paige Briggs-Romine from the service line. Hilly sends it over as Blastianelli could not get the block down. 16-11 Grand Rapids. And Isabel Martin comes in, serving sub. First serving sub for either side today. Native of Munich, Germany, a former Florida Gator. Briggs-Romine finds it. And meanwhile, Indy saw Taylor end up underneath the first row of seats. I mean, no fear from Azani Taylor, but it's a point for Grand Rapids.
What a hustle play by Taylor. Those balls going after them, it's so challenging, and then being able to try to make a play before you're hitting the stands just really shows how she's not letting any ball drop.
If you're sitting in that first row, they do advise you that flying objects may go into the stands. They should also add flying players. 17-11. Grand Rapids with that 6-point lead once again, a strong start. And so far, KO, it's been Carly Snyder. She leads the way with 6. That's double than more than any other player thus far.
And from Thursday's game, she also led the team in kills. Now, what can the Rise do to really come around her and join in the offensive play? That's the answer that they are looking for.
Ali Bastianelli set to serve. Ton of Michigan natives on this Grand Rapids side this year. Carly Snyder, a native of Macomb, Michigan. You see Bastianelli. She's from Marysville. Briggs-Romine out of Ortonville. Alyssa Jensen, not too far away from right here in GR. She's from Holland. Played her college ball at Michigan State. And Simone Abbott, so a Michigander. She's from Northville.
Looks like we're looking at what rotation are each team's in. So the referees are looking at to see who is serving and what position they should be on the court.
You get a look at Bastianelli. Boy, she's formed an unbelievable front line for the Grand Rapids Rise. Her and Alyssa Jensen really giving this team an identity this year. Set it up for the middle. Kept alive there. Can they keep it that way? They cannot. Goes off the top of the tape. 17-12. Sydney Hilly's turn. More assists than anyone else in the PVF. So we'll see Sydney do a lot of setting here, and for good reason. Over to Grand Rapids. Rasky wants Jensen. Kept alive there. Nice play by DeBeer. Fight at the net. Kept alive by Grand Rapids. Rasky wants Chimay. Taps it to the middle. Taylor keeps it alive. Sets up the middle. Grand Rapids is there. Rasky for Snyder. She's got it. Carly Snyder. What a start. 18-12. That was a little bit unorganized, but it ended well. And I guess all's well that ends well for Grand Rapids. Back to August Rasky. She's got the only ace. And here's a chance. Right back to Grand Rapids, but not there. Rasky wants Briggs-Romine. Diving play, and it's a point for Grand Rapids as Indy got into the net once again.
You know, Indy played a long, hard-fought match on Thursday. They had got reverse swept at Omaha, so wondering if a lot of these net touches are coming from just being a little bit tired, so they're not as disciplined.
Timeout on the court. It's 19-12 in favor of Grand Rapids. It's funny you mentioned that because we were watching that Omaha game. We'll keep it here. We were watching that Omaha-Indy game, and they went 5 sets. We actually noticed that Indy had a lead late in that 5th set, and to lose it when you're that close to winning it, That is not fun to have to deal with no matter what team you are, but especially when you've got a game coming up so soon after.
And all of the travel, so then they had to fly back from Omaha and then get to Grand Rapids. You think like Indy Grand Rapids, they're pretty close, but that does take a toll on you. So coming back today, I am very surprised. Taylor is playing great tonight after that 31 kill night that she led her team.
They're enjoying Princess Day here at Van Andel Arena. They got some really cool stuff going on in the stands. Seen a lot of princess crowns. Princesses of all ages here today. Grand Rapids hoping they can be the belle of the ball. August Rasky with a chance from the right side as Grand Rapids works from right to left. A 7-point lead in set number one, a set that Grand Rapids was unable to get on Thursday. They tee it up, and slamming it down is Carly Scott. Boy, that set got really close to being in the net, and Sydney Hilly did a really nice job of keeping it alive. It's Carly Scott. Rasky, front set, Chimay, right back, and Indy is forced to play it back to GR. Alyssa Jensen again, nearly got it down. And on the other side, Indy takes advantage with Azani Taylor. Well, I give Indy a lot of credit. That was one of their best plays and at least best volleys in this early go. Indy does not go quietly. It's a 5-point Grand Rapids lead. Snyder goes back to get it. Rasky sets up Jensen. Scott keeps it going. Hilly for Taylor, blocks. Naya Chimay and Alyssa Jensen tag team it to get Grand Rapids up 6. That's the 4th block for GR already. Snyder serves. Try to keep her on the line if you're Grand Rapids. They're unable to do it. It's a point for the Ignite thanks to Anna Beer. 20-15 GR. Lydia Martin. Rasky, Chimay, blocked, out of bounds. Point Grand Rapids. Now Alyssa Jensen, opportunity for the native of Holland, Michigan. What an emergence she's had. She's been one of the most important members of the Rise as of late. Kept alive. They were not expecting to set that. Jensen goes down. And Indy takes advantage. De Beer puts it in the middle. What got mixed up there for Grand Rapids?
I think we got a little bit of a communication error. You saw August Rasky dig that first ball, causing Jensen to have to set it.
PBR to Rasky for Snyder, and out of bounds it goes. Good play by Ogilvy to watch that. She was right on top of that play and not giving Indy any help. Kaylee Nelson checks in. So does Cameron Turner. As Rasky and Chimay take a seat, we kind of saw this rotation similarly back on Thursday.
A little bit more offensive, putting another front row attacker up there, bringing in Cameron Turner to set from the back row. And you see on the Ignite side, they're doing the exact same thing. They're going into that traditional 6-2 that you see so much in college.
Rise up 6, 22-16. De Beer keeps it alive. Anise Habili is in. And on the other side, Grand Rapids able to slam it through. 23-16, we're 1 point away from set point in the first. Cameron Turner has been a nice change of pace from the setting position for GR. How about a block? Allie B. The B stands for block. It's 24-16. The people rise to their feet at Van Andel. Turner over. They pop it up near side, and it falls in the middle. Another little miscommunication that time, as Turner couldn't get to it as it just went over the outstretched defense of the Rise, but they put themselves in a position where they've got a few points to play with. Anna DeBeer to serve. They're standing in GR. Snyder can't handle it. An ace for the Ignite. And if there was ever a time to get an ace, it'd be when your team was this far down at this juncture. Another chance for Grand Rapids to put set one in the books. DeBeer off the tape. Turner wants Nelson. Not there. Indy looks to attack, and a diving play by Turner. Ogilvy, Briggs Romine. Not there either. Setting it up for Scott. A block, but kept alive. What a play from Carly Scott. Comes back. Briggs Romine got it blocked. CeCe Crawford. 3 straight points for the Ignite. They're pulling out all the stops with set point hanging in the balance. What a play by Scott going over her head. Another chance for Grand Rapids. Turner wants Nelson. She hits it long. 4 straight points for Grand Rapids. Timeout. Rise. We'll keep it here. Everything's hanging up for set one, and right now Indy's fighting back. Grand Rapids perhaps getting a little tight here.
Getting a little tentative. Their passing has been strong all night until Anna DeBeer's float serve. She does have a very tough float serve that is just causing issues in the back row, and then when they do get a good pass, you're seeing not the smartest shots at this point. I would really, really like to see them attack that right back defense at the deeper point.
It'll be interesting to see what they do at the setter spot. Maybe they work Rasky back in. That helped them get their big lead, and then they made that switch over to Turner. Grand Rapids lost the first set back on Thursday. It took a miracle comeback in set 2 to get them on the board before the Atlanta Vibe took sets 3 and 4. It's also significance to a win today for Grand Rapids because they would finally break that stretch of long losing streak followed by long winning streak. Be the first time this season that they've won a match after losing one match. Trying to win their 4th of 5 with a victory here this afternoon. They're still waiting for set point here in Grand Rapids. Anna DeBeer serves. Carly Snyder goes down. Turner wants Briggs Romine. It is blocked. Wade and Crawford. 5 straight points for Indy, and now some palms starting to sweat here in Grand Rapids. DeBeer once more. Ace. 6 in a row for the Ignite.
DeBeer really painted that line on that serve. And you're seeing August Rasky re-enter the match along with Nia Chimay.
Big point for Grand Rapids to get here. What a comeback for the Ignite. DeBeer. Snyder. August Rasky's back. Slide play. Bastianelli finds set point here in the first. Patience pays off for the Grand Rapids Rise. Better late than never. 25-22 GR. Up 1 set to none. Second set on the other side of this timeout. Grand Rapids likes to live dangerously here at Van Andel. You've got the Rise on YouTube and on 96.1 The Game.
NCAA women's volleyball has never been more electrifying. The action is non-stop. The energy is explosive. Experience the intensity live. Sign up for pre-sale news and more at ncaa.com/volleyball.
From club or high school courts to championship arenas, Spalding has been the trusted partner of volleyball players for generations. Our team of dedicated professionals isn't just about selling equipment, we're about supporting your journey. Spalding offers a comprehensive range of high-performance systems, nets, and accessories meticulously crafted for every skill level, budget, and playing style. Whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting out, Spalding's knowledgeable staff will guide you, equip you, and cheer you on every step of the way.
When I hear it coming up like that, I just know that things are gonna end bad. La 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 la, I'll just keep dropping it, like there's no stopping it. Then walk with it. La 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 la, I'll just keep dropping it, like there's no stopping it. Then walk with it. La 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 la.
Pro Volleyball Federation Season 2. Tickets available now.
NCAA women's volleyball has never been more electrified. The action is non-stop. The energy is explosive. Experience the intensity live. Sign up for pre-sale news and more at ncaa.com/volleyball.
Rapids, well, took a little while longer than we're expecting, but Grand Rapids finds a way to take the first set 25-22. Indy fought hard to tighten up set number one, but Grand Rapids was able to put it in the books. Back underway we go. Anna DeBeer to serve. She puts it into the net, and that's how we start the second set. 1-0 Grand Rapids. It goes back to Carly Snyder, Dan Hasty, Katie Olson. Spending Saturday afternoon with you, whether it be on 96.1 The Game or on YouTube. Carly Snyder serves. Sydney Hilly looking for Teeler, and we're even at 1.
Through that first set, you really saw a battle of the outsides. You have Carly Snyder for the Rise, who led the team with 8 kills, and Anna DeBeer for Indy Ignite, who led with 6. So I really want to see the setters get some more people involved in the offense.
Serve over from Lydia Martin. Here's a tap. They just tried to get it over with Chimay, and they finally do just that. Nia Chimay. Indy could not follow the bouncing ball. It's 2-1. 9 points for Carly Snyder to lead all players. Anna DeBeer with 8 in that first set. Lissa Jensen serves. Tough spot to get it in, but Taylor takes advantage to tie it at 2. Zani Taylor turning into one of the most dangerous weapons in the PVF. Now it's Zani Taylor from the line. Briggs Romine, Rasky for Snyder, tried to tap it into the middle, it's not there. Hilly with a setter dump, kept alive on a diving pancake by Ogilvy. Briggs Romine, back to Indy, slide play. Blocks, but back to the Ignite. Another chance, DeBeer, sends it to the middle. Ogilvy pops it up, wants Chimay, it is. Blocked. The Indy Ignite starting to do their best Rise impersonation. Playing a little bit of defense early on. That serve is long by Taylor, and it ties us up 3-3. Nia Chimay's turn. And a smash on the other side by the Ignite makes it 4-3. See how close that was to the line. If you're watching along on YouTube, 4-3 Indy on top. Anna DeBeer off to a dynamite start. Ogilvy goes down. Good job by Ogilvy to keep it alive, and there's a point for Grand Rapids. Bastianelli got it to Scott. Carly Scott on the Ignite side. Blocked it, but it blocks out of bounds. 4-4, we're all tied up in the second set. Briggs-Romine over. Hilly looking for Scott. And gets it just inside the Rise side. Bastianelli couldn't get it over to the opposite end. 5-4 Indy. Two teams that are separated by only one game in the standings. Grand Rapids comes in 7-9. Rasky with a slide play for Bastianelli. What touch by Allie B. Ties us up at 5. All even, 5-5 our score. And it's Bastianelli's turn. Coming right back to Alyssa Jensen. Over to Grand Rapids. Rasky wants Briggs-Romine. And it ends up near the back row. Collected by the Ignite. Attack from distance by Teeler. Not there. Rasky had to do a great job not to go into the net. Comes back to Indy. And slamming it through is Carly Scott. 6-5 Indy.
Carly Scott does a great job of getting her feet to that ball and being able to hit that sharp thumb down swing in front of that 3-meter line.
Sydney Hilly's turn. Briggs-Romine. Little trouble on first reception that time. Indy goes up 7-5. An ace for Sydney Hilly. That's the third ace for the Ignite. They had 2 on that big run down the stretch in set 1. Briggs-Romine to Rasky. They want Jensen. They've got Jensen. 7-6. Alyssa Jensen gets the point. Jensen with 4 and 3 blocks out of the gate. Rasky soars it across. They want Scott, and it is blocked. Naya Chimay ties it at 7. That's now 6 blocks for Grand Rapids to 4 on the Indy side. Now August Rasky, she's got one of the aces for Grand Rapids today. Both teams have switched to the opposite sides here for set 2. The coaches also switch sides as well. The benches, everything twists around as a point goes to Indy. They set up the middle, and Lydia Martin makes it 8-7. Grand Rapids down by 1. Carly Scott said her name a lot early on, and she nips the back end of the line. Another ace. Carly Scott.
So close, just on the back of that line.
Carly Scott again. Briggs-Romine for Rasky. They set up Jensen, got it a little bit higher than she wanted it. Taylor on the other side. Point, Grand Rapids. Alyssa Jensen helping out on the block. And we've said that so many times about Jensen. She really has turned into the lead block artist for Grand Rapids, which says a whole lot. Allie Bastianelli, whenever you have her on your team, it just goes to show that Grand Rapids has many talented options in order to do that. Carly Snyder gets this point.
Really love that low ball to the back row.
Snyder serves. That wicked shot. Taylor kept alive by Grand Rapids. Rasky for Briggs-Romine. Scott leaves her spot to get it back. And DeBeer with a big swing. You know, one thing we've noticed is that Grand Rapids has had a hard time keeping Carly Snyder at the service line. Opponents have done a really good job running her off. Lydia Martin. It's such a key for Grand Rapids. Here's a big shot. Martin took it off the face, but it's still alive. Briggs Romine got it blocked. That's Taylor, and it's 11-9 Indy. Boy, Lydia Martin kept that play alive with her face. Now, Isabel Martin. Second time we've seen her as a serving sub today. Martin spells Martin. Rasky, too close to the net. And August Rasky immediately goes right to our first referee, Barb Zavanek. What do you think she's saying here?
So she's saying that she touched her hand while she was setting, which would make it illegal on the Indy side, but the up official is saying that she reached over the plane of the net, which is illegal when you're a back row setter.
Martin once again, 3-point lead for the Ignite. Rasky for Chimay, too easy. Naya Chimay had a whole lot of room in that back corner, and she hit it to the perfect spot.
Yeah, beautiful swing by Chimay. She got that seam in the block and was able to hit that deep 1-6 corner.
Lydia Martin is back. She takes the seat for a moment. They send Cece Crawford back in for the time being. Alyssa Jensen's turn. Hilly back sets. Taylor blocked. Paige Briggs Romine. That's one of the hallmarks of this Grand Rapids team. Just about anybody can go up and get that monster block. Jensen again, too strong. Service error. And for Grand Rapids, that is their third of the afternoon. But to that end, they have done better in that category than they did on Thursday. Allie Bastianelli makes her presence felt in the middle. It's 13-12.
What a shot by Bastianelli, being able to bring that right back to the right back.
Naya Chimay floats it over. Hilly, a chance for DeBeer. Kept alive. Briggs Romine wants Snyder. Blocked. Back to Grand Rapids. Chimay cleans it up. Grand Rapids was on their heels, and they tie it at 13.
What a play on coverage to get that up, and then August Rasky to know where Naya Chimay is in the back row and find a perfect set for her.
Those can be the swing points. Getting those ones that look bleak and coming through. And Chimay follows it up with an ace. Got some help from the tape. And the Rise have their first lead late here in set two. She kind of hit him with the Jordan shrug after it hit off the tape. Hilly sets up the middle, and down it goes. Indy re-evens us at 14. Some smart plays here in this second set on both ends. Anna DeBeer. Snyder for Rasky. Kept alive. What a play by DeBeer and Scott. Rasky for Bastianelli. Back to Indy. Scott shoots. Saved by Snyder. August Rasky cleans it up. And out of bounds it goes. Just a little bit too far.
Rasky couldn't have missed that by very much. It looked pretty close from my vision over here. Yep.
Oh, wow.
Just barely missed that.
Rasky, who began this season as one of the most efficient setters in terms of offensive percentage. Gets it over to Carly Snyder, and it's all even once again. 15-all.
Looks like we got Kylie Murr coming in to serve for Anna DeBeer and to bring in a little bit, or coming in the back row to bring in a little bit more serve-receive presence.
Let's see what they can get from Briggs Romine. He's already got 4 points, 5 digs. Far side, look, Cece Crawford pounds it down. And the Ignite are the first to 16 in set two. See if Grand Rapids can extend their lead to 2-0 when we come back. 16-15, the Rise down by 1. here on Rise Radio and on YouTube, presented by U of M Health West. Dan Hasty, Katie Olson with you from Van Andel. Grand Rapids needs a win to keep themselves squarely in the playoff mix, especially with a team like Indy in town. They've got CeCe Crawford on the line. Grand Rapids looks to answer back. Briggs Romine for Rasky. They look for Snyder. Kept alive, but back to the rise. Ogilvy, Rasky for Snyder again. And her shot goes out of bounds. Point Ignite, it's 17-15. And Snyder's already in double digits. Nia Shamay's also come on strong here in this second set. She's got 9. On the other side, Indy's got Anna DeBeer in double figures with 10. Carly Scott and Zani Taylor each with 6. Grand Rapids also playing that signature defense, 8 blocks to just 5 on the other side. An ace for the Ignite. CeCe Crawford gets it off the tape. Some big points to be had late in this set.
You know, you definitely can tell it's warmed up outside in Michigan because it's a little warm in here. It's causing a couple more wet spots than normal.
Yeah, busy day for the floor crew. And the Rise are quick to help out some of our helpers here today. CeCe Crawford again. Briggs Romine, Rasky setting up the middle. Crawford went down to get it. Taylor from distance. Got it. Point, Indy. Grand Rapids unable to handle it, and that's now 4 straight points for the Ignite since we were tied at 15. Well, Indy's gone on a couple of runs here today. Crawford to Briggs Romine. Rasky for Snyder. Not there. Another chance for Indy, and they've got it. Lydia Martin. And Indy starting to take command of the second set. Kaylee Nelson and Cam Turner are back. Rasky and Shamay take a seat. And you know they've been chomping at the bit to get back in because it was when they came in that first set, when Indy went on their huge run to try and get set number 1, inevitably went to the Rise. Turner sets for Nelson, and that's how you stop a run. Kaylee Nelson was off the charts from an efficiency standpoint back on Thursday.
It looks like they are reversing that call, saying that it went outside the antenna. And you're seeing Kathy George try to go back to challenge it, but I think it had been past that 7 seconds.
And now they have reversed it again. Initially awarded to Grand Rapids, it was changed to the Ignite, and then subsequently changed once again. Kathy George, she's going to be happy that they got the point, but that's an unusual way to get it. And more importantly for Grand Rapids, that stops the 5 straight points that the Indy Ignite have put together. Indy really does know how to take advantage of momentum. Hilly for Taylor. Too strong. just out of the reach of Grand Rapids, and for good reason. Taylor put a little extra on that. Now the deficit for Grand Rapids is 3. We saw 6 straight points from Indy when it was set point. Can the Rise do something similar? Tough play for Scott. They're going to have to essentially free ball it back. They do. Bastianelli, Turner wants Nelson. Partially blocked, and it's back in the hands of the Ignite. Scott. Nothing there. Back to Nelson. Diving play from the back. Big play, fight at the net. Turner, Bastianelli. They want Nelson. Didn't get it in the spot she wanted. A little out of system are the Rise. But it's a block. Kaylee Nelson. 3 straight for Grand Rapids, and they needed every single one of them. Now we've got another delay. Looks like we've got a challenge coming from the Ignite. What's the challenge here?
I was not able to hear the official. Let's see if we can see it. Oh, if she stepped over the line when I think it's on Kaylee Nelson. If she's crossed that line after that attack, you're seeing the official back here review that.
It's either going to be a 2-point set, or it's going to be a 4-point Ignite lead. We get a look for the first time. No fault. Point, Grand Rapids. And the Ignite are still hot.
So you're seeing Hilly talk to the up official saying that was her entire foot.
A lot of conversation right now from the Indy side. We've had a little bit more talk at the center of the floor here today. Barb Zavanek has had a busy afternoon.
You know, pros and cons of having such good cameras. Now you can really see everything, and then if you call it the other way and they see something else, you know they're going up to that up official.
Timeout for the Ignite. 20-18 our score. We'll see if the Rise can continue their comeback when we return right here on Rise Radio and on YouTube. For the Rise, that's not been enough to get over the Indy Ignite yet. 20-18 in favor of Indy. In set 2, Grand Rapids has a 1-0 lead after taking the first set 25-22. It's not going to be as easy this time around. Ali Bastianelli serves, and she sends it long. Not the ideal time for a service error, and it puts Indy back up 3. Sydney Hilly for Briggs Romine. Turner, can the Rise get that point back? Not yet. Indy sets up their middle, and Martin slams it through. And now the Ignite are closing in on evening this match at 1 apiece. Hilly with a low liner. Turner for Nelson, got it in a great spot, but it was blocked. Carly Scott. 23-18, and the Ignite are playing possessed late in set 2. Timeout, Grand Rapids. Well, we saw Grand Rapids back on Thursday put together one of their most impressive runs of the season to even up their match at 1 set apiece. Now Indy, who has had themselves a really nice first season here in the PVF, They've lost 3 of their last 4, including a couple of losses to Omaha. They faced Grand Rapids once, and they swept the Rise in straight sets. That was when Grand Rapids got off to that tough start, having lost the first 3 matches they played this season. So it's been a while since they've seen Indy. It's the first time the Ignite have ever played here in Grand Rapids. Indy, the site of where the PVF All-Star match was played. Grand Rapids sent 3 of their players, Marin Grote, August Raske, and Carly Snyder. Another chance for Sydney Hilly. Briggs Romine receives. Turner for Snyder, and the Rise get a big point. That was a gotta-have-it point for Grand Rapids.
And a beautiful set by Turner, getting that seam in the block for Snyder.
Turner and Nelson back to the bench. Naya Chimay, August Raske are back. And it's Raske's turn at the line. They'll need some points in a hurry to get back into this one. Blocked for a moment. Taylor other side. Too strong, point Grand Rapids. Taylor's had a couple of those misfires a little long so far today. Grand Rapids needs a run here. They've got 2 in a row. Can they make it 3? Hilly for Scott. Paige Briggs Romine lays out to keep it alive, but not enough for anyone else to help pick her up. We have set point here in the second.
You got Anna DeBeer coming back in the front row for Indy Ignite.
And the serve goes to Carly Scott. We saw Indy with 6 consecutive points when it was set point back in the first. If Grand Rapids can somehow find something similar, it would send them back to a set 2 win. It's kind of what they did in the second set on Thursday. Raske for Jensen, kept alive, and the Ignite have a chance to close out set 2, and they do. Ajani Taylor. And we are all even at 1 in GR. 25-20. All square here at Van Andel. After the Rise got the early set, Indy has answered back with one of their own. What did Indy do in that second set that they didn't do exactly in the first set?
They were able to get more offense moving, which is something Sydney Hilly is so good at. She's able to move her players around and put them in the best positions. The first set, it was kind of a little dull per se. Taylor wasn't getting as good of sets as she should. She saw a lot of out-of-system balls going to Taylor, which is a lot harder because in an out-of-system ball, there's only 2 places that they can go, so the block is set up on her. Whereas the second set, you're seeing their passing get a little bit better and moving around those out-of-system balls and giving Taylor better chances to get kills.
We'll take a look at the numbers on the other side of this timeout. All even at 1 and getting ready for set 3. We're at our break time. It's recess here on Princess Day at Van Andel Arena. All even at 1. Some of the numbers next, and a preview of the next match for the Grand Rapids Rise when we come back right here on Rise Radio, 96.1 The Game, and on YouTube.
From club or high school courts to championship arenas, Spalding has been the trusted partner of volleyball players for generations. Our team of dedicated professionals isn't just about selling equipment, we're about supporting your journey. Spalding offers a comprehensive range of high-performance systems, nets, and accessories meticulously crafted for every skill level, budget, and playing style. Whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting out, Spalding's knowledgeable staff will guide you, equip you, and cheer you on every step of the way.
From your favorite athletes to your favorite music, listen to everything you love and so much more with the free iHeartRadio app. From live play-by-play to your favorite game day anthems and the biggest sports podcasts in the world, the iHeartRadio app lets you take it all with you and stay connected to your favorite team wherever you go. Download the free iHeartRadio app today.
When I hear it coming up like that, I just know that things are gonna end bad. La 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 la, I'll just keep dropping it, like there's no stopping it. Then walk with it. La 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 la, I'll just keep dropping it, like there's no stopping it. Then walk with it. La 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 la.
Pro Volleyball Federation Season 2. Tickets available now.
We got it next. That's how you finesse. We cover they necks. Beautiful comeback swing. Balls mark straight down. What a rocket out of the back. Now they calling my phone, yeah, but I'm all in my zone. They not a threat. Tell them reset. She is absolutely white hot. And a nice block on the outside. Yeah, all on my own, yeah. Went and brought it back home. What a final rally.
From your favorite athletes to your favorite music, listen to everything you love and so much more with the free iHeartRadio app. From live play-by-play to your favorite game day anthems and the biggest sports podcasts in the world, the iHeartRadio app lets you take it all with you and stay connected to your favorite team wherever you go. Download the free iHeartRadio app today.
Mission here at Van Andel Arena. Dan Hasty, Katie Olson along with you. And as we've seen, Indy has done a really nice job, KO, making adjustments. It was late in the first set. They were down big. They went on a 6-point run to tighten that one up. Didn't come through with it. Grand Rapids was able to take set number one. But in the second set, they pretty much dominated the pace of play.
You saw a lot of their outsides really come alive. Anna De Beers leading their team with 7 kills, along with Teeler, who really came alive. She was a little bit quiet in that first set, and I think that she got put in way better positions offensively in the second set, which put her at 7 kills. And then Carly Scott on the outside, her kills are pretty impressive. They come in such a sharp angle. She gets that sharp shot into zone 5 or 4 in the front row, which is so impressive with a big block like Grand Rapids.
Grand Rapids is going to have to find a little bit more where that came from in set 3. They're in a similar spot. We saw them in this exact position after 2 sets in their last match. Grand Rapids had a big comeback to even us up at 1. Granted, this time around, they take it in the first set. So now the question becomes, with Indy having a little bit more of the momentum on their side, what does Grand Rapids have to do to get control of this match?
They got to find an offensive answer. Carly Snyder's doing a great job for the Rise. She is having 10 kills right now. And next up is Nia Chimay, and then with 6, and then it kind of just drops off after that. I would love to see the Rise really get Paige Briggs-Romaine in a good spot to get kills. She's passing dimes, but offensively, she's struggling a little bit. So I'll be interested to see what Kathy George does in this next set. Is she going to go with a little bit more of an offensive player like Pritchard, or is she going to stay the course with Paige Briggs-Romaine and try to put her in better spots offensively?
Be interesting to see what they do with that decision, because if we notice so far, a lot of the serves on the Indy side have gone to PBR. She's been very busy on first contact so far this afternoon. We'll take a timeout. When we come back, we've got set number 3 here from Van Andel Arena. We'll also preview the next match for the Rise on the other side of this timeout right here on Rise Radio and TV.
We got it next. That's how you finesse. We cover they necks. Beautiful comeback swing. Balls mark straight down. What a rocket out of the back. Now they calling my phone, yeah, but I'm all in my zone. They not a threat. Tell them reset. She is absolutely white hot. And a nice block on the outside. Yeah, all on my own, yeah. Went and brought it back home. What a final rally.
From your favorite athletes to your favorite music, listen to everything you love and so much more with the free iHeartRadio app. From live play-by-play to your favorite game day anthems and the biggest sports podcasts in the world, the iHeartRadio app lets you take it all with you and stay connected to your favorite team wherever you go. Download the free iHeartRadio app today.
When I hear it coming up like that, I just know that things are gonna end bad. La 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 la. I'll just keep dropping it, like there's no stopping it. Then walk with it. La 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 la. I'll just keep dropping it, like there's no stopping it. Then walk with it. La 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 la.
Pro Volleyball Federation Season 2. Tickets available now.
Set things up and serve it away. But we will take a look at the next match for the Grand Rapids Rise. It's right here at Van Andel Arena. It comes our way on Thursday. The Vegas Thrill come to town. It is a 7 p.m. start. Last time Grand Rapids saw Vegas, they saw them on national television, and they swept Vegas 3-0. So it's going to be interesting to see what Vegas does, because you know that one probably didn't sit well with the Thrill, who have had themselves a dynamite season. But Katie, as of late, they've sort of fallen off a little bit.
They've had kind of an up and down season, like you're seeing with everyone. And you know, I was talking to a couple of the coaches after a few matches ago, and they were just talking about how hard after half the season has passed it gets, because now you know the tendencies, you know who's playing, you're seeing what other teams are doing to be successful, so it makes it that much harder. There's a ton of eyes on the players of what they want to do, how they like hitting the ball, to how clearly you can execute that plan.
We'll see that contest, and you can catch it on 96.1 The Game on the radio side. On the TV side, that one will be available on VBTV, and locally in Grand Rapids, you can watch it on WXSP. So we'll have a chance to have our TV friends here in the Grand Rapids area along for the ride on Thursday. But you can get tickets for it at grrise.com. Grand Rapids starts things out in set 3 with their starting lineup that we saw. No changes for Grand Rapids. Ogilvie, Briggs Romine, Bastianelli, Snyder, Rasky, Chimay, and Jensen. And on the other side for the Indy Ignite, Martin, Sealer, Sydney Hilly, Elena Scott, Anna DeBeer, Carly Scott. Carly Snyder with a chance to serve it up to begin us off in set 3. It's another big focal point for Grand Rapids. Can they keep Snyder at the service line? He sends over that wicked fastball. Hilly looking near side. It is blocked. Guess who? Alyssa Jensen. 1-0 Grand Rapids. And the more we watch her, Snyder throws it into the net. We see more and more the Alyssa Jensen, who was then known as Alyssa Garvelink back in her Michigan State days. This is what she was doing for the Spartans once upon a time. Martin serves for Indy. Rasky from distance. Snyder hits the corner. Point Grand Rapids. Boy, hit that one perfectly.
Right on that back line.
Jensen over, nearly an ace, and it's free ball back to Grand Rapids. Rasky near side, Chimay. Gonna be a tough play. Hilly able to keep it alive for the Ignite. They're out of system. Can Grand Rapids take advantage? Rasky to the middle. Good idea, not there. Scott with a good play. Teeler back to Grand Rapids it goes. Briggs Romine finds the floor, and it's 3-1 GR. Paige Briggs Romine. Boy, if you can get her offense going, that's a real game changer if you're on the Rise side. Jensen sends it to the back. Hilly tees it up for the middle. Rasky goes down to keep it alive. Fight at the net. Back to Grand Rapids it goes. Rasky for Snyder. Out of system were Grand Rapids. Other side, DeBeer blocked for a moment. Back to Indy. Jensen lays out, but not enough to keep it alive. Point Ignite, it's 3-2 GR. It's a long volley there. Alyssa Jensen comes out. They get Ogilvy back involved. Another play for Briggs Romine. Bastianelli, not there. And a free ball has to come back. Both of these teams having a hard time getting comfortable. Briggs Romine, she looks comfy, makes it 4-2 with a big swing of the right arm. What are these two teams having problems with right now when it comes to being in system?
So you're seeing passes going everywhere, causing a little bit confusion for the two setters. So it makes it a lot harder to run an offense when you're setting from off the court.
That's it. Chimay serves. They tee it up to the middle. Ogilvy keeps it alive. Rasky tried to help out. Collected there by the Ignite. Nearly blocked. Hilly looks for Taylor from distance. Swatting it down is Allie B. Blocks Stianelli, makes it 5-2. Block number 11 for the Grand Rapids Rise. Remember, they had 18 blocks in back-to-back games as Chimay sends it a little bit too long. Second service error for Nia Chimay. Chimay's got 9 points today. That's second to only Carly Snyder. Here's Anna DeBeer. Rasky goes near side. Briggs Romine sends it long, but Grand Rapids may want to take another look.
They came down pretty confident, saying that there was a block touch on that ball. So it looks like we are calling a block touch on that. So did Indy Ignite touch that on the block?
So it's either going to be a 1-point Rise lead, or they'll really take command of the early go here in the set. 5-4 currently, so they'll take a long look to see whether or not this may have got the outside of the outstretched hand of
Sydney Hilly, I believe.
I think you're right.
You know, from our angle where we're sitting at, we can see the official screen, so it's just trying to see it. So here we are, we're looking. Did it go off that pinky? Looks like it did.
It is a block touch, and the Rise go up 6-3. Paige Briggs Romine's turn. Her team's up early in set 3. Hilly for Scott. And that ball ends up in about row 4. Little something extra on that one from the Indy Ignite side.
We got CC Crawford back to serve.
Rasky wants Snyder, and a double hit that time on August Rasky. We've noticed the last couple of matches, we have not seen August Rasky in that all-star form. It's been a little bit of a tough go for her the last few matches. Trying to get her back on track. She's such a weapon. That time she finds Snyder, but nothing there. Quick attack from Rasky, can't find it through. From distance, DeBeer got it blocked. And Grand Rapids calls for a double hit, and they get one.
You could really hear that block in Van Andel. That was a strong one.
That reverberated. Allie Bastianelli. Comes over. Hilly wants Scott. Snyder was there to dig it out. Briggs Romine from distance. Tried to send it to the back, not there. Carly Scott. Pancake keeps it alive. What a play by Carly Snyder. And we get a challenge during the play. Now, not often do you see this, but you have to challenge it in a certain amount of time. You get 7 seconds to do so. So in this case, George Pageon, the head coach of the Indy Ignite, decides to stop play and figure out whether or not this ball did in fact touch the floor that Carly Snyder went after.
Yeah, you know, when you're stopping a play mid-game, you got to be super confident that that ball did hit the ground. So we are looking. They had to fully get Carly Snyder's hand under the ball so the ball is not touching the floor at all. And looks like it did touch the floor, awarding the point to Indy.
It's just out of the reach of Snyder that time. And what could have been a 3-point lead for Grand Rapids gets stopped halfway through the point, and Indy does a great job with that challenge. Sydney Hilly. Too strong, just missed the far corner. Well, that's a tough one to leave alone if you're the Grand Rapids Rise. August Rasky. Carly Scott got it blocked, but not enough for the Rise to keep it alive. 8-7 GR. The Rise have been playing with the lead early here in set 3, but Indy's had this tendency to go on some long runs. Coming off that tough loss to Omaha in 5 sets. Jensen got it blocked. Back to Indy. And setting it up, Lydia Martin evens us up at 8. Scott over. Rasky for Snyder. Going to be tough to get to that one as looks like Indy went into the net. 9-8. Rise up by 1. Well, both teams have been a little bit close to the net here today. We've seen that call more than we usually see it. Carly Snyder ends up a mile high, and Grand Rapids takes advantage. That's what it needs to look like for the Rise when Carly Snyder's at the line. She is such a swing vote in these matches with her ability to serve. Nearly got that ace down. Hilly for Taylor. Big swing. Down it goes. Briggs Romine got a piece of it on its way down. It's 10-9 Grand Rapids. Isabel Martin's back. 3rd time in 3 sets we've seen her as a serving sub. Rasky wants Chimay this time. And her shot goes sideways. All even up at 10. Chimay got off to that really big start. It's been a little bit of a quieter 3rd set for the rookie. Rasky gets it in a good spot. Chimay got it blocked. Indy starting to take command thanks to Cece Crawford. (11-10) Ignite. And a service error. When you're a serving sub and you make a service error, where does that rank on the toughest feelings in volleyball?
Near the top. That's a tough one. Right next to missing a serve on match point. That's never fun.
11-all, Alyssa Jensen. Alive to the middle. And Chimay was a little bit out of the spot. I think Rasky was going to be there to be able to make the play behind Chimay. Didn't work out that way on Grand Rapids' side. Azani Taylor, it's her turn to serve for Indy. Briggs Romine, tough play. It's a point for Grand Rapids. Boy, they had to do everything right with where that first reception ended up, but Bastianelli put it right on the line.
That's a trust between the setter and middle. When you have that tight ball, you're just trying to save it, and having Bastianelli there was great.
Chimay. Hilly for DeBeer. Sends a fastball, almost took a couple of sodas with it on the far side.
You really heard the oohs and ahs from that swing from DeBeer.
Now Anna DeBeer. She's at the line for the Ignite. Tight 3rd set. Rasky, slide play. Bastianelli takes advantage. Evens us up at 13. And it sends Kylie Murr back into the contest on the Ignite side. Bastianelli, we've seen that play more and more from her throughout the course of this season as it's progressed. Slide play can be such a weapon. Paige Briggs-Romine serves. Hilly for Scott. Finds the floor, and it's 14-13 Indy. Lydia Martin is back. CC Crawford with a chance.
You know, we really haven't talked about the one player that Indy Ignite is missing right now. Lecator member Monet is out on injury reserve, and Carly Scott is filling that position very nicely for the Ignite.
Yeah, she's such a huge weapon for them. Ali Bastianelli is a big weapon as well.
Right there, that's what can happen when you have a great connection on that slide play.
Meanwhile, Carly Scott sends a rocket to keep the Indy Ignite up by a point. Erica Pritchard in off the bench for the first time today. So Nia Chimay is out. It's been kind of a quiet third set for Chimay, so they'll have to go with Pritchard, who's had some monster games for Grand Rapids this year. Jensen couldn't keep it in line.
All right, fans, time for the 50-50 winner today. Going home with
Timeout, Grand Rapids. We'll keep it here as Indy holds a 2-point lead. Better yet, we'll take a timeout. We'll take one with them. Grand Rapids is down by 2 right here on Rise Radio and TV. Indy has saved some of their best volleyball and essentially kind of got off to a bit of a slow start, perhaps reeling from that loss against Omaha, but Indy has done a great job to put things together, and it'll take a Rise run to try and find an advantage here in set 3. Hilly serves, setter dump, Rasky unable to get it down. Indy on the other side can't find anything. They look for Erica Pritchard, and it is blocked. Carly Scott.
She's really came alive in this third set. She's now leading the Ignite with 11 kills.
3-point lead for the Ignite. It's their biggest in set 3. And they've had Hilly on the line. It's felt like all afternoon. Carly Snyder swings, diving play in the back. Scott swings, blocked. Rasky and Jensen. And the Rise are down 2. So look at August Rasky. Had a little bit of a tougher time finding the floor on those setter dumps today, which was such a weapon for her early in the season. Let's see if she can find a few here with their team's chances hanging in the balance. Point, Indy. Hilly and Teeler helping out. It's another 3-point lead for the Ignite. So what does Grand Rapids do? They've already made the change with Erica Pritchard. And if they're going to find their way back, they really need to find a way to flow some offense through her. Rasky wants Pritchard, and she is blocked again. Azani Taylor. That's the second time Pritchard's been blocked so far in her 2 attempts. Carly Scott nearly sent it long. Rasky for Jensen. Shoots it wide, and for the second straight set, Indy has a 20-15 lead. Timeout, Grand Rapids. In set 3, we're all tied at 1, but Indy's making a push to take the lead here at Van Andel. You've got Grand Rapids Rise Volleyball on 96.1 The Game and on YouTube. Grand Rapids down by 4. Back to live action we go. As Grand Rapids trying to get themselves some help, and they will. Somehow, some way, Azani Taylor did everything she could to get to it, but Erica Pritchard very wisely came over to that area of the floor, which is something you can do in this situation.
Yes, you're just not allowed to interfere with the other team's player, and you are seeing a switch on the Rise side with Marin Groh entering in the middle.
Carly Snyder. Some of the service struggles continue for Carly. Very uncharacteristic performance from the service line back on Thursday. She had about 5 service errors in that one. That's another big one given the situation. Rasky for Snyder. Gets that point back with a big swing. Rise deficit is 4, and the margin for error is trimming. There's Marin Groh, one of the 3 All-Stars for the Grand Rapids Rise. Hasn't seen as much opportunity since around that time. They'd love if she could provide them a big boost here. Unable to do it that time as she's unable to dig it out. 22-17 and the Rise now with their backs against the wall. Out comes Marin Groh, and in comes Elena Ogilvy. Azani Taylor's turn. Rasky wants Pritchard. Tough start for Pritchard. See if they can get her going. Meanwhile, Anna DeBeer, she's been going as well. She has been the pace car ever since the end of that first set. The Ignite have their biggest lead of the day. These are some big matches for teams that are aspiring to a postseason opportunity. Chance in the middle. Grand Rapids out of system there. Carly Scott kept alive. What a play by Grand Rapids. Snyder, Ogilvy, and Briggs-Romine, but to no avail. Indy gets the point. It's set point here in the third.
Sydney Hilly with that beautiful jump set that fooled Ali Bastianelli into jumping, providing Anna DeBeer at that one-on-one block.
Setter sub for Grand Rapids. Cameron Turner is back in. Grand Rapids has really been looking and searching for answers at that position the last handful of matches. Serve over, Turner for Snyder. Point, Grand Rapids. Nearly a block there. They had Cece Crawford. Grand Rapids able to keep themselves alive for now. They have a long road to hoe. Erica Pritchard stays alive. And a big swing on the far side goes out of bounds. Tried to get it with DeBeer, couldn't corral it. Grand Rapids deficit is 5. Can they make it 4? Yes, they can. 3 in a row for the Rise. DeBeer sends that one long. And will we have a challenge?
Looks like we are challenging a block touch on the swing by Anna DeBeer.
If this call is reversed, the Indy Ignite go up 2-1. If not, we play on in set 3. And if you remember, back on Thursday, there was a challenge during Grand Rapids' run in set number 2 that really pivoted that particular set. Now the question becomes, if Grand Rapids is able to get out of this point with their point intact, can they be able to replicate that performance here in set 3? Get a look at Barb Zavanek. She's our first referee today. And everything comes down to the call here. Grand Rapids trying to avoid consecutive losses. That has kind of been a theme for the Rise this year. When they've lost one, it's gone multiple matches. When they've won one, it's tended to have gone multiple matches. Here's our first look. It is a block touch. Bastianelli got a piece of it, and that wraps up set 3. The Indy Ignite with back-to-back set victories, and they've got a 2-1 lead. Grand Rapids needs the 4th set. Otherwise, it'll be an Ignite victory in their first ever trip to Grand Rapids. Back after a break right here at Van Andel Arena. 2-1, Indy up by 1 as we look to set number 4 right here on Rise Radio and TV.
We got it next. That's how you finesse. We come for they next. Beautiful backswing. Pulls block straight down. What a rocket out of the back. Now they calling my phone, yeah, but I'm all in my zone. They not a threat. Tell them reset. She is absolutely white hot. And a nice block on the outside. Did it all on my own, yeah. When it brought it back home. What a final rally.
From your favorite athletes to your favorite music, listen to everything you love and so much more with the free iHeartRadio app. From live play-by-play to your favorite game day anthems and the biggest sports podcasts in the world, the iHeartRadio app lets you take it all with you and stay connected to your favorite team wherever you go. Download the free iHeartRadio app today.
When I hear it coming up like that, I just know that things are gonna end bad. La 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 la, I'll just keep dropping it, like there's no stopping it. Then walk with it. La 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 la, I'll just keep dropping it, like there's no stopping it. Then walk with it. La 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 la.
Pro Volleyball Federation Season 2. Tickets available now.
Here we go, set 4 from Van Andel. Dan Hasty, Katie Olson, Let's see if Grand Rapids can find a way to push this to a fifth and deciding set. Indy's won the last two. We're back underway in the fourth. August Raskey is back. Carly Snyder got her first chance blocked. And that's how we start set four. Anna DeBeer. Carly Snyder's been the bright spot on the offensive side for Grand Rapids. She's hit over 530 here in the first three sets. They're going to need more where that came from and maybe some help for her. Raskey for Pritchard. Her shot is down. It's a block touch on the Indy side, and we're tied at 1. It's a bit of a tough end of the third set for Pritchard. Good to see her start the fourth on a positive note. Carly Snyder at the line. Over it comes. Chance at the net, and it's down in the middle. Lydia Martin, 2-1, and another case where Grand Rapids is unable to keep Carly Snyder at the service line. And such an opportunity, and Indy's done a great job of running her off. Martin serve to the net, evens us up at 2. Carly Snyder's got 16 points. Only Anna DeBeer has more. She's got 17 on the Ignite side. Maren Grote into the start for set 4. And her serve is too far. It's tough, especially when you're not having played a whole lot, to get that kind of rhythm and gauge things like that. Raskey, Pritchard. Point Ignite. And the Rise may have thought for a moment that Indy got a piece of it. No challenge from Kathy George. Zani Zieler. Tough receive there. Bastianelli put it to the back row. Free ball comes back. Good job by Bastianelli. Raskey gets it to Allie B. It falls. 4-3. The Rise need every point if they want to push this to 5. And keep this in mind, too. Last time Indy played, they ended up going 5 against Omaha. Had a lead late. And then ended up seeing the Supernovas take that match. Pritchard serves. Hilly, slide play. Cece Crawford not there. Raskey tries a slide play of her own, and Bastianelli got it swatted down. Boy, the Ignite with Anna DeBeer, another block. They're doing a really good job kind of playing Grand Rapids' game today. That's 10 blocks for the Ignite, 13 for Grand Rapids, but they have kept pace nicely. DeBeer serve, too strong, it's 5-4. Not often do you see a team be able to keep up in that block department with Grand Rapids. Taylor, big swing, and it falls. Zani Taylor, don't want to let her heat up if you're on the Rise side. Cece Crawford's chance to serve. Carly Snyder had a hard time with it. It's an ace for the Ignite. I give a lot of credit to the Indy Ignite. Grand Rapids got that big early start, and ever since set point in the first, this match has been dominated by the Indy Ignite. Raskey from distance, another block. Lydia Martin, 8-4, and the Ignite have doubled up the Rise. And another thing it's also done is that it's quieted this crowd here in Grand Rapids.
It really has. The Rise need an answer offensively. Right now there's too many mixed matches and going into the block. So really knowing what is open on the Indy Ignite side.
That's going to be a very big point if Grand Rapids can get back into this one. They've got to get the crowd involved. Raskey for Snyder. That'll help. Point, Grand Rapids. Carly Snyder's big day continues. Maren Grote is back. I've seen a lot more Maren Grote than Alyssa Jensen here in this fourth set. Bastianelli across, chance at the net, kept alive by Grote. Snyder got it blocked. But it feels like every point the Ignite are getting right now is by their defense.
They're really getting the Rise out of system, which makes blocking on their part a lot easier, so you're able to know where that ball is going to go.
Sydney Hilly. Laser shot, finds the back corner. Another ace for the Indy Ignite. Well, that one was comfortably inside the back line. Timeout, Grand Rapids, trailing 10-5 in the fourth set. It's all Indy here in Grand Rapids. You've got Grand Rapids Rise Volleyball on 96.1 The Game and on YouTube. Eyes are searching for answers. It's 10-5, the Indy Ignite lead Grand Rapids in set number 4. Back here at Van Andel, can the Rise find their rhythm? Not yet. Carly Snyder got it blocked. Izani Taylor. Boy, and what a run it's been. All of a sudden you look down and the Indy Ignite have their 12th block of the afternoon. Hilly again. Rasky, slide play, Grote. Finally, a point for Grand Rapids. Maren Grote in the slide play. That's like peanut butter and jelly. August Rasky trying to rally her team in set 4. Hilly for Taylor. Blocked. The Rise get one of their own, Carly Snyder. 2 straight for Grand Rapids. They need a whole lot more where that came from. And August Rasky's serve goes long. That is the 9th service error for Grand Rapids. That has been a category that has been much talked about with the Rise this year. And that one just barely long from Carly Scott as both teams trade service mistakes. Now it's Carly Scott, and if Grand Rapids has any chance of getting back into this one, they need to keep Carly at the line. Comes over at 1,000,000 miles an hour. Kept alive, can Grand Rapids take advantage? Paige Briggs-Romine got it blocked. Lydia Martin. And the Ignite have done a splendid job of taking the air out of Van Andel this afternoon. August Rasky comes out. Cameron Turner is back. Kathy George just simply looks for any type of spark. Isabel Martin serves. On the other side, Grand Rapids tried to go through Pritchard. It's not there. DeBeer finds the point.
DeBeer's arm swing is just so fast. She's able to hit the ball so quickly outside of the seam of that block, which is really hard for Ogilvie to handle.
Briggs-Romine. Turner wants Pritchard. What a play. Nearly got it cleaned up by Isabel Martin. Instead, Pritchard gets the point. Lydia Martin, she's back. Elena Scott joins her. Well, since that big rally from Indy at the end of the first set, they have outscored Grand Rapids by 18 points from that point and through the last 2 sets. That's not even counting their 5-point lead here. Hilly for DeBeer. Into the net. Ignite, catch the Rise a break. And sometimes even if you don't win sets, you can get momentum. And I think that big run at the end of the first set really did a lot of help for the Ignite today. Taylor kept alive. Turner gives it for Snyder, and she finds the back corner. 3 straight for the Rise when they needed it most. Timeout, Indy. Now we start to hear a little bit of volume from this Van Andel Arena crowd. It's going to be so important to get them back in. Keep it right here. Jen Spiker is here, the CEO of the Pro Volleyball Federation. Got a chance to catch up with her before this contest today. She's pretty excited about the fact, Katie, that there are 6 teams still essentially working in that playoff mix.
Really goes to show how tough this league is and how strong each and every team is. Not even with their starting 6, but you see some people going on injury reserve. You're having a couple move arounds off practice squad to that. And it's just so impressive that every team is dealing with these issues and they're all still in the same league and fighting for a championship.
And meanwhile, in this one, Grand Rapids just made that setter switch. August Rasky out, Cameron Turner in. Been a slow start for Turner today, but now all of a sudden you look and they've got 3 straight points when Turner's come in.
Yeah, just running a consistent offense is what Kathy George is looking for, and sometimes just giving a little bit different of a look. So Cameron Turner is a shorter setter, so the trajectory of the ball does come off a little bit different of her hands versus August Rasky's.
Service error, another for Grand Rapids. That's the 2nd for Marin Grote here in this 4th set. Those are very costly for Grand Rapids and some help for the Indy Ignite. Taylor. Turner trying to set up Bastianelli. It's kept alive. Taylor. Turner goes down to keep it. Ogilvie for Pritchard. Blocked back to Grand Rapids. They look for Briggs Romine. Pancaked. Will Grand Rapids challenge it? They will not. The point continues. DeBeer, diving play. What a play by Ogilvie. Snyder swings, and she cannot get it. Out of bounds. That was a long rally. But will Grand Rapids want to look at this?
Looks like we do have a challenge for a net touch. You saw the Rise come down. Ali Bastianelli immediately was like, challenge a net touch, Kathy.
For a minute, I almost wondered if on that pancake play that we might see a stop. Even looking over at Grand Rapids' head coach, Kathy George, she immediately looked to her assistants behind her, asking if they needed to stop play right then and there. We've already seen the other side. We've seen George Pageon go out and make a successful challenge in that situation. But either it's a 5-point Ignite lead or the Rise are still involved and still close.
And there you go. You see CeCe Crawford's elbows hit the net on that, which is a great challenge by the Rise.
And if the Rise are to win this 4th set, that could be a pivot point if they're able to rally. Erica Pritchard to serve for the Rise. Hilly pops it up for DeBeer. It is blocked. Cameron Turner gets some air. The rookie puts the Rise down by 2. Pritchard again comes over towards the middle. Tough play right at the net. And a great play by Hilly to find CeCe Crawford, and the Ignite are the first to 16 in the 4th set. Timeout on the floor. Rise are down by 3. They've got to dig deep if they want to push this to a 5th and deciding set right here on Rise Radio and TV. After Grand Rapids was able to eke out the first set, Indy has taken sets 2 and 3, and they're up 3 here in the fourth set as they try and close it out and put themselves in a spot where they go over the 500 mark here this afternoon. Dan Hasty, Katie Olson with you as we are midway through set number 4. Valeria Leone has checked in for Grand Rapids. Erica Pritchard is out. Don't often see that particular switch.
No, we got quite a defensive backcourt for the Rise.
DeBeer serves. Turner looking for Briggs Romine. So can Grand Rapids play a little defense here? Popped up at the net, and Carly Scott finds it and gets it to the floor. And Bastianelli was there. It just didn't end up on the other side of that net. Valeria Leone came in during the Thursday night match and provided a spark. Serve into the net from DeBeer. Back to a 3-point deficit for the Rise.
We got Kylie Murr coming back in for Anna DeBeer on the Ignite side.
It's kind of a defensive switch that time if you're on the Ignite side.
It is, and I'm wondering if they're trying to give DeBeer a little bit of a rest with that ankle because I don't think she's still 100% there.
Briggs Romine. Hilly for Scott, kept alive. Leone, Turner for Briggs Romine. She's got it. Paige Briggs Romine. The all defense lineup for Grand Rapids gets them a point. They're down by 2. Kathy George has never been afraid to try something a little bit unconventional. See if it pays off for the Rise. Near side Scott buries it just out of the reach of a diving Briggs Romine. Back to a 3-point Ignite lead, and Grand Rapids is getting to this point where they can't trade points much longer.
They got to get a strong server back on the line and just balls to the wall defense on their side.
Snyder, Turner, Bastianelli, Leone, Ogilvy, and Briggs Romine. CeCe Crawford's turn to serve. Leone, Turner, setter dump. She's got it. The deficit is 2 for Grand Rapids. We haven't seen a whole lot of successful setter dumps from Grand Rapids today.
No, and boy, did the crowd really love that dump.
Allie Bastianelli's turn. And she aces! Just inside the back line, and the Rise are down 1. Big point for Grand Rapids to get. They'll have a chance to tie it when we come back. Timeout, Indy. It's 18-17. The Rise are down a point. They need set 4 right here on Rise Radio and TV. It's now a 1-point set, and in this case, a 1-point match. 18-17, the Rise are down 1. They trail 2 sets to 1. Allie Bastianelli trying to carry that momentum. It's been so tough to come by today. Hilly into the middle, comes right back, and taking advantage is Carly Scott.
Boy, is she having herself a day.
Point Indy, 19-17, the Ignite go back up by 2. And at this juncture, the Rise, they might need to get this one if they've got a chance today. Snyder sends it to the net. Comes back over to Indy. And Lydia Martin blasts it through. 20-17. Time now running out for the Grand Rapids Rise. Sydney Hilly Leone, Turner, slide play. Marin Grote, point Grand Rapids. And the hopes are alive for GR. Leone comes out. Cameron Turner to serve. Rise have done a nice job staying in this set. They need more. Ignite for Taylor. Not there. Ogilvy pops it for Pritchard. Blocked. Carly Scott. And Indy back up by 3. Some struggles there for the Rise on first contact. Did not put it where they inevitably wanted to. Got to give all the credit in the world to the Indy Ignite today, especially after what was a tough first set. Carly Snyder gets the big point. Grand Rapids has been trading points with Indy. It's going to take a run for the Rise to push this to a 5th set. But they have their best on the service line in Carly Snyder. $19 points today for Carly Snyder. That's more than anyone on either side. And she aces when the Rise needed it most. They're down by 1. That's the moment you were waiting for if you're on the Grand Rapids side. Can they thread the needle again? Indy looking for De Beer, diving play. Can they keep it alive? They will. Briggs Romine. Grand Rapids is on their heels. Indy takes advantage. Lydia Martin. Indy now closing in on match point. Lydia Martin to serve. Turner for Briggs Romine. And a net touch on Indy. What a break for the Rise. 22-21. The Rise are down a point. And it's Marin Grote, the all-star from the Grand Rapids Rise. Pounds it over. And a setup to the middle, CC Crawford with the hammer. They have done a great job setting their middles today. Whether it's Crawford or Martin, they've been dynamite. Service error. Taylor puts it in the net, and the Rise still have life. Erica Pritchard nearly put it out of bounds, right on the sideline. Comes back to Grand Rapids. They can tie it with a point here. Paige Briggs Romine. It's dug out by Scott. De Beer kept alive by Ogilvy. Turner for Snyder. Points. Indy. It's match point. Or is it a challenge? Oh my goodness. It is a challenge. And this is either going to find us tied at 23, or it's going to be 1 point away for the Indy Ignite. And if you're Kathy George, no reason not to try and challenge here. This one's too valuable.
Might as well challenge it. It's kind of like a free timeout, you know? So they're over there meeting, talking. Both sides are able to do that, whether there was a touch or not. Now you get the server thinking a little bit more in their head. I got to get this ball in bounce. So very smart play on the Rise side. Now if they come back with a win on the touch, that'd be a little different too.
It's kind of like ice the kicker in football. So we'll see if Grand Rapids can find that point to tie it up. They've been essentially playing from 1 to 2 points behind this entire set. We have not gotten a chance to see it quite yet, but obviously just about everything is riding on this review for the Grand Rapids Rise. It was Carly Snyder as we get our first look. Ooh, this is closer than I thought. No block touch, and Grand Rapids is livid. That was a lot closer than we first thought. DeBeer. Indy trying to close it out. Slide play, Bastianelli not there. Turner wants Ali B again. Not the shot they wanted. A chance to win it, and Indy puts it in the books. The Indy Ignite come to Grand Rapids for the first time, and they're winners in 4.
Hey fans, thank you so much for coming out to today's match. On behalf of all of us at the Grand Rapids Rise.
Grand Rapids took set 1, and from that point on, it was all Indy here on Saturday in GR. Rise post-game on the other side of this timeout. 3-1, the Ignite winners here at Van Andel Arena, right here on Rise Radio and TV.